My name is Bennie Rodgers II, and I'm a drummer. My mom, she taught me how to play the drums when I was 3. Like she said I was clapping on the beat, in church. And she's at all my shows, whatever, dude. Like whatever, like to this day, like she supports me. I mean, my parents do, my whole family does, but my mom kind of, she taught me how to play drums, so she has a different insight. She sees things like I do. I wouldn't even be playing drums if my mom didn't, sacrifice and take me to them rehearsals and stay all day. She didn't want to do that, but it kind of, made me to. It put me where I'm at, now. And I got a younger brother that's playing drums. 2 younger brothers. One's playing keys, one's playing drums. So it's kind of an influence. It kind of makes me happy. I was always in church. My whole family, they played a part in church. I would always watch the drummer, at church, just like everybody else. You sit behind the drummer and you like, one day I'm gonna be that dude, But yeah, I just stuck with it. Stuck with musicians. I mean, it was at one point that I stopped playing drums for 2 years because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. It was actually right before I went to MI, but church kind of, that was like a weekly thing, where I can at least play at church, every Sunday. But I'm not doing no gigs. I can at least get my practice in a, where I'll make it out to be an arena, but it can only be like a little service. That's kind of that's how I got my training. I wasn't hanging around drummers or people that were like better than me or that I was inspired by or that I could learn from. Like I wasn't shedding with a bunch of drummers. I didn't, I wasn't hanging around a bunch of drummers. It was kind of a hobby, for me, and I wasn't going anywhere with it. So I started playing football. I started doing all kind of other stuff and just not really focus on drums. It's not like I just totally put down the sticks, but I wasn't focused on, music, drums, or anything like that. Even producing, nothing like that. I think the MI experience, it kind of gave me a new insight into the industry. I didn't really know about a music school, but my father, he bumped into one of the teachers there on the train. And long story short, he got his card and whatnot. And it took me like 2 years to call because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was like in and out of jobs, Pizza Hut, cable, you name it. I did that. And it took me like 2 years to call, and I finally called and went to an open house. And, it was something I figured I can do. And my parents backed me 100%. And so I met a lot of good people there, that I'll probably know for like the rest of my lifetime. Once I got there and I saw, it was all kind of other musicians, not just drummers, musicians and vocalists from all over the world actually there doing the same thing that I wanted to do. I was like, oh wow, that played a big part. Just, going to MI and being around other musicians. Just being around other musicians, period. Just like even in Hollywood, I pay my dues just like everybody, but I'm at the point I still just like to play. So whether I'm in just a bar or whether I'm in like a stadium, like I like to play drums. Like I just like the feeling of being behind a kit. And I don't want to say I'm choosy, but it's certain things that I wouldn't do it if I feel like it wasn't beneficial for me or my career. I didn't start with Mariah, but that was my first like A-list artist. And she went everywhere, and I saw a lot of stuff I've never seen before. And then after that, right after when she got pregnant, I got with Carey and toured with her for like all of 2011, I guess. Shout out to Gil Smith. He put me on that, musical director. And now I'm with a group called Big Bang. I'm back and forth with Big Bang and Mariah. And we're in the middle of the Alive Tour, 2012 World Tour. So check it out. Playing is only like 10% of everything. And what you do off stage and how you interact with people and network and you know, that's like the key to your next gig. You know, and keeping a good name, keeping a good, you know, a good rapport with people that, like, don't bite the hand that feeds you, basically. You know, like, this musical director that put me on with Carey and Big Bang, I've known him for years, and he's done all kind of everything. He actually put me on my first gig, Genuine, and I'll never forget one of the things he said to me. This is my boy. One of the things he said to me, because I was screwing up, dude. I wasn't like learning the patterns, you know. One of the things he said to me was, he was like, "Yo, as soon as as fast as I put you on this gig, I can take you right off." Like, and that, that opened up my eyes, dude. I was like, you will never, ever have to say that to me ever again, dude. And, you know, just keeping a good rapport. And that was like years ago. And, you know, now it's 2012. And, you know, I pay my dues. Like, everything he puts me on, I nail. And, you know, along with other MDs and other situations, you know, I try to nail every gig that I'm on. And that's, you know, people talk, people ask around. And, you know, that's how you get to where you at. I feel like is, you know and who you have a good relationship with, you know. And same thing with my endorsers. Like, you know, I can call them, the guys in LA. I can call them like right now and, you know, say let's go like chill or something. You know, they're all cool, but you know they know I'm cool like that, and that's just networking. Like, shout out to Vader. They signed me before they even heard me play, but just by, you know, just by talking and referrals. Guys I know that were signed with Vader actually sent them emails and things like that saying, like, this guy, he has longevity, this guy's real. Shout out to Fred Dinkins, he's one of the guys. Keep your eyes open, man. Keep your ears open. And don't be judgmental. Be a sponge. Like, soak up, you know, wisdom from cats that's been doing it. You know, and try not to, you know, copy anybody. Be an individual. That's my advice. Stay humble.